welcome back to the Phonics classroom. Have you ever seen a really big word and you were like, how in the world would I ever be able to spell this word? There's so many letters and syllables in it. Well, I am here to help you guys. Today, we're going to learn how to read very big words. This is going to be a fun lesson and I'm so excited. So let's jump right in by practicing some of our letter sounds. We're going to start with number 1. I'm going to say a letter sound and I want you guys to write the letter or letters that make that sound. Here we go. For number 1, our letter sound is A. A. So we know that letter A makes the A sound. A consonant sneaky E makes the A sound. And A Y can make the A sound. Very good. For number 2, my letter sound is R. R. That's one of those bossy R combinations. A, R. For number 3, my letter sound is O. O. So letter O can make the O sound. O consonant sneaky E can make the O sound. And O-W can make the O sound. For number 4, my letter sound is E-R makes the sound. For number 5, my letter sound is E. E. Letter E can make the E sound. The digraph E-A can make the E sound. The digraph E-E can make the E sound. And Y can make E. Very good. For number 6, my letter sound is S. So I'm going to divide my line in 2 parts. At the beginning of a word, letter S and letter C can make the S sound. At the end of a word, S-E, S-S, and C-E can make the S sound. For number 7, my letter sound is U. U. Letter U can make the U sound, and U consonant sneaky E can make the U sound. For number 8, my letter sound is OR. OR. That's another one of those bossy R's. O-R makes the OR sound. For number 9, my letter sound is OI. OI. O-I makes the OI sound at the beginning of a word. So I'm dividing my line in 2 parts. And O-Y makes the OI sound at the end of a word. For number 10, my letter sound is Qu. Qu. Yes, that's that Q-U combination we've been learning about. Excellent job. Let's jump on down to number 11 and 12 and practice spelling some words. For number 11, we're going to spell the word mother. Mother. This word is spelled exactly how we hear it. It starts with mother. Excellent. And for number 12, we're going to spell the word brother. Brother rhymes with mother. Let's spell the word brother together. Both of those words end in the sound, that bossy R we've been learning about. Excellent job. All right, friends, so I have written a very large word up here on the board. And I told you at the beginning of this lesson that we were going to be learning how to read words that are big, that have lots of letters and more than 2 syllables. So my word up here is very large. When you see a word that you're unsure of how to read, what's the first thing that we should look for when coding? Yes, we look for those obvious codings, the things that we know off the top of our head. Things like suffixes or final stable syllables. Does this word have any suffixes or final stable syllables in it? No, it does not. So let's look and see if it has any other obvious coding. Things like digraphs or K-backs. Do you guys see any of those in this word? I spot a K-back we need to add. The end of this word has a letter C. And since there's not an E, I, or Y after it, I know that it's going to be making the K sound. So I can add a K-back to my C. Good job. So now that we've coded all the obvious things, our next step is to look for vowels. Do you guys see any vowels in this word that we could label? I see several vowels. We have letter A, which is a vowel, another A, and an I. This word has 3 vowels in it. So now we have to look between our vowels to see if we can figure out the spelling pattern. So far this year, we've learned 2 different spelling patterns. We've learned V, C, C, V, and more recently we learned the V, C, V spelling pattern. Let's look and see what pattern this word has. So we're going to look between our vowels and label the letters that we see. So let's start with our first 2 vowels. In between our 2 vowels, I see 2 other letters. I know that T is a consonant and L is a consonant. So before I move on and label the rest, I can already see a pattern in this word, the V, C, C, V pattern. So I can go ahead and draw my division line between my 2 C's. I've drawn one of my division lines. Now let's label the letters between our other 2 vowels. So I see an N, which is a consonant, and a T, which is a consonant. Oh my goodness, I've spotted another V, C, C, V pattern. So I can draw my division line again between my 2 C's. So this word actually has 2 division lines. So the spelling pattern for this word is V, C, C, V, but it actually has it twice. V, C, C, V, and V, C, C, V. So longer words like this one may have more than one spelling pattern in them. So this has 2 V, C, C, V patterns. Excellent job! Let's try and read this word together. The first part is act, act. The middle syllable is an, lan. And then lastly we have ick, tick. At, lan, tick. Atlantic. Excellent job! We have just broken a very large word into smaller parts that make it much easier for us to read this word. Very good! Alright guys, so I have written another large word up here on the board, and we're going to try and do the same thing. We're going to break this word into syllables to make it easier for us to read. So let's start by looking for any of those obvious codings we talked about. Suffixes, final stable syllables, digraphs, K-backs, bossy R's. Do you guys see anything up here that we need to code? Yes, we have a bossy R here at the end, that ER combination. So I'm going to go ahead and draw my curved line under that. And now we are ready to label our vowels. So I'm going to look for my vowels. Oh, I see an E, that's a vowel. Another E, that's a vowel. And another E, that's a vowel. Now I can start by looking between my first 2 vowels. So when I look between our first E and our second E, I see P, which is a consonant, and T, which is a consonant. So now I can go ahead and draw my first division line because I've created my first spelling pattern, V, C, C, V. So I know that I draw my line between my 2 C's. Excellent! Let's look and see what's between our other 2 vowels. We have letter M, which is a consonant, and letter B, which is also a consonant. So I have another VCV pattern. So again, I'm going to draw my line between my two C's. And now I have broken this word into 3 parts, 3 syllables. Read this word with me. Our first syllable is ep, sep. Then we have tim. Lastly, it's bur, September. September. Excellent job, friends. Let's jump back into our worksheet and do some more practice with this. So for number 13, we are going to write the word September. We're going to spell that word, September, the one we just looked at. So we're going to divide this word into syllables as we spell it. The first syllable is sep. So I'm writing ep. Our next syllable was tim. M. And then lastly we had bur. September. Excellent. For number 14, we're going to spell the word Atlantic. Atlantic. And again, we're going to divide this word up. Atlantic. So let's start by writing at. Now we're writing land. At land. And our last syllable was tick. Tick. Atlantic. Very good. If you guys remember from a few weeks ago, we learned that when you hear the k sound at the end of a bigger word, a 2-part or more word, we always use letter C, which is why I use just a single C for the end of that word. Let's do number 16. For number 15, we're going to spell the word fantastic. Fantastic. So let's break that word into 3 parts. Fantastic. Let's start by writing fan. And fan. Now I'm writing ass. And lastly, we're writing tick. Fantastic. Fantastic. That was wonderful. And again, we have that single C at the end because this is a big word that ends in the k sound. So we only want to use a C there for the end. Excellent job, sweet friends. I want you guys to try coding the words on this worksheet on your own. Remember to label your vowels and consonants and draw your division lines. And I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow for another fabulous phonics lesson. Bye, friends.